Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to make a video on the OSI inspired January challenge, and the design inspiration for the challenge was a shaker postcard that had been made from vellum and stitched. Now, if you've watched my previous video, you know that I have just destashed all of my vellum because I found out that it was made from animal skin, and as I'm vegan, that's not something that I personally want to use. So I wasn't going to do the challenge, but then I thought there's probably other vegans out there or new crafters that don't have vellum that might want to take part. So I scoured my house and I was hunting for some kind of translucent papery thing and I found some wax paper in my kitchen, and the texture on this is not as uniform as you would get on on vellum, but I actually kind of like the texture. I thought it was a bit different, and so I die cut my MFT pierced tags from the wax paper, and I used the pierced holes from the die to stitch it with this Gutterman thread, which is number 624 if you are interested. This is quite expensive to buy, so I would recommend, if you want to get a couple of these for crafting, that you wait till Hobbycraft do their half price sewing. They seem to do that like every 6 months or so, so it's probably worth waiting because they can add up. So I hand stitched with a very tiny needle. You could do it on your sewing machine, but I am not that steady on my sewing machine. I'm still learning, so I wanted to make it reasonably neat, and so I did it by hand. What is going on today with things falling off? I will fix that. Let me get it glued up. I think because this is wax, it has a difficult time having things stuck to it because it's kind of resisting. That's the only negative about using the wax paper. But I'm sure a glue dot will fix it. Okay. Sorted. Right. So then I put this trim, and this is a sticky trim from Tiger. It comes in a 3-pack. You get a grey similar to that colour and a blue, and they're really pretty, and I'm trying to use them rather than just hoard them. So I put a little bit onto this tag, and I thought it bridged the slight colour difference between the thread and these little gems, and I like the fact that there's 3 darker pinks on the tag. I like to try and use colours repeated in 3s if I can, possibly, just because it makes the design look more cohesive. And I've used the light pink in 3s, so I've got the light pink in this area, then here and here, and then I've got the grey colours here, here and here. So it just kind of creates lots of different visual triangles that draw your eye around the tag. So this is a shaker tag, so inside I have white sequins and silver sequins. It's quite difficult to see the silver ones through the wax paper, but they are there. And I didn't want anything too colourful inside because I didn't want it to distract from all the effort that I've put on the outside. This bling was in my stash. I've had it for such a long time. I can't remember where I got it from. I think I probably got it from the range or like a craft fair or something. But it's a bird cage, and I just thought it was really pretty and brought in the silver element. And I really wanted to use this, what's it called? It's like a bulldog clip, and I wanted to use that because I wasn't sure the wax paper would hold up to an eyelet. I didn't know if over time it might become like, might tear the wax paper, so I decided to use this clip, and I just threaded some ribbon through the top one. I did put it through both originally, but it kind of just sat funny, so I liked it better like this. And I also thought that it gave me an option to attach this to my final project, which is probably going to be adding this to a card or like a mini album or something. And I can either attach it using that, or I can put some glue behind this stitching. One of the other tips I have for you is to use a bead tray to fill your like shaker pocket, because it's quite fiddly trying to get a reasonable amount of shaker bits inside this wax paper, because it's not very thick, it tends to move. So I tip my sequins into here, and then I kind of use it like a funnel like that inside the pocket, and then I hand stitched it. These beads are droplet beads, and they, I believe, are dressmaking beads. At least I got them from a lady who passed away who was a dressmaker. I believe she used to make dresses for the dancers, and she had all these beautiful trims and beads and things to sew onto fabric. She was also a paper crafter, so I got some spellbinders and my first die cutting machine from her, and she had lots of little treasures, so I just took a few, and these are some of the beads that I took. I was actually going to put these on a bigger project, which is why I took so many, but I am slowly crafting my way through those. I love them. I got them in a few other colours as well, but I thought that they would work really well on this tag because the wax paper isn't rigid. When you lift it up, these actually like dangle, and they're really pretty. And then this little butterfly was just a little what are they called? I think it's a resin piece. Yeah, it is resin. It's not enamel because it's not shiny. So that was a resin piece that I got from, I think, Poundland, or where else? I think it was the Range. It was the Craft Sensations brand, and you get a few on a sheet, and they did little birds and things like that. But I really like these butterflies. I actually bought them for my wedding album because we had pink and butterflies for our wedding. Anyway, that is my tag, and if you want to join in the challenge, you can go to Call Me Crafty Owl here on YouTube and see the image and watch the other collaborators. She's the hostess of the challenge, and I will leave a link down below to her video in case you want to join in. I really hope you guys enjoyed my project. I thought this was quite different for me, and I had fun thinking outside the box of what I would normally make. 50 awesome points to everybody who got this far in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can find out when I release new videos. And there are a couple of videos here for your delectation if you so desire.